Alright, what's up, you guys? This is a review I've been wanting to do for a while. We have the Hulk Hogan DVD collection review. We have 3 releases here, and I think he's actually gotten 3 for 3. He hasn't had a bad set. And you can count the NWO releases, but I'm just going to count the standalone sets. I did do an NWO review, the 2 DVDs there on my channel. So, first, in 2002, we had Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Hulk Still Rules, the 2-disc set, and this was meant to coincide with the NWO debut in 2002. And you just have really cool stuff here. Great cover, 6-hour runtime, and in my opinion, this is one of the better 2-disc DVDs. It really is. You open it up here. You have the red and yellow classic. And then the insert. For this one, believe it or not, this is the only documentary we've had. You can see here it has, it goes over his beginnings growing up, talks about Rocky 3, and of course his AWA debut. I always loved AWA personally. You have the birth of Hulkamania, and it talks about some of his rivals: Roddy Piper, Paul Orndorff, Andre, Randy Savage. And then it does talk about WCW going to the NWO, and then his WWE return. And then we do have some extras here. Kind of hard to see on the insert because it's just black and white and on the crowd there. So if you can read that, cool. And if you see, it's actually WrestleMania 3 crowd shot. So that's a pretty cool little detail. And we do have some extra matches here. We have Bash at the Beach versus Ric Flair. We have Tuesday Night Titans Classic Hogan. We do have some interviews here. Mean Gene interview. You have Saturday Night's Main Event teaming with Andre. We have versus Roddy Piper. Kind of some rarer matches on here. Of course, you have Survivor Series 88, Harley Race 1988, and then stuff with The Rock in 2002. So overall, I think this is a really damn good set. More so for the documentary itself, because you do get that kind of the full Hogan treatment there. Really good stuff. Next up, we have the Ultimate Anthology. This was released kind of to coincide, and in my opinion, to promote the Hulk Hogan reality show, Hogan Knows Best, which I actually do have the first 3 seasons of, believe it or not. Why? I don't know. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. But we have, this is the 4-disc set, and this one is rare compared to the original set, which was normally just 3 discs. So, pretty cool to have this one. You can see it's like a digibook. I've always really liked this set. It's just, this one kind of doesn't hold up as well because it's a lot of repeats. You'll see it's a lot of WrestleMania matches and stuff. But still really enjoyable. It's a great compilation. So we open it up here. A lot of crazy artwork going on. You have Hulk Hogan and Andre in 1980. You have Hulk Hogan versus Iron Sheik, 84, of course. The birth of Hulkamania. And then you have WrestleMania, the first 3 WrestleMania main events. And then you have the big event versus Paul Orndorff. You have the war to settle the score, Roddy Piper, one of my all-time favorite legends. And you can see here it has like the next, you have WrestleMania 5, 6, 7 main events. You have the epic encounter, title versus Ultimate Warrior, Always been one of my favorite WrestleMania main events. Say what you want, it's still, to me, it's epic to me. It really is. And then you have some WCW stuff. We have the formation of NWO. You have versus the Giant, also known as Big Show, at Hog Wild. And then you have a Starrcade 97 match with Sting. And we have XWF in 2001 versus Kurt Hennig. It's not even Mr. Perfect. They just advertise him as Kurt Hennig. Of course, we have WrestleMania 18 versus The Rock. We have Hulk Hogan and Edge winning the tag titles. WrestleMania 19 versus Mr. McMahon. Probably my favorite Vince match, quite honestly. And then we have his Hall of Fame induction. And then the SummerSlam 2005 versus Shawn Michaels. And normally that's where it ends. But if you do have the 4-disc, the bonus disc here, you can see it's white, really cool. And behind the discs, you just have some additional artwork. So, the bonus matches, we have Hulk Hogan and Earthquake from SummerSlam. You have an interview from Raw Homecoming versus, we have a Terry Funk match, Tito Santana, Sonny Rogers and Chuck Greenlee, and then King Harley Race, really cool. And then you have his win at the 90 Rumble. So, in my opinion, this is a really good set. It's just some people might not want it because it is, at this point, mostly repeats. So, but, you know, it's, in my opinion, this is the definitive Hulk Hogan DVD if you want all his classic matches. But if you want really good match quality, and if you want just really unseen, unheard stuff, Hulk Hogan Unreleased Collector Series, this is a great set because you have so many moments that a lot of people just didn't know existed. You have house shows, you have, you know, a lot of dream matches that really went down that weren't televised, that weren't on pay-per-view. So, you know, we're getting a lot of the unreleased DVDs now with, you know, Randy Savage, Shawn Michaels. So this is the one that kind of started the tradition there. This was a 9-hour runtime. This was released in 2009. And it does list some of his competitors there, which we will get into. And just classic Hogan, man. Look at that cover. It's so awesome. And you have some great artwork. And nothing behind the disc. Still really cool, though. I like that. And we do get an insert. Really cool Hulk Hogan pose. Alright, so what we have, I'm not going to go over the whole listing because I do want to review this on its own because I think it deserves its own review, quite honestly. But you can see here we have stuff from 1979 all the way up to 2002. We have Bob Backlund versus Hulk Hogan. We have Andre versus Hogan, Madison Square Garden. Hulk Hogan and Mr. T in the grocery store, Tuesday Night Titans segment. We have matches with Macho Man Randy Savage. We have Kamala, Killer Khan. You have Snake Pit. That's so cool. Jake the Snake, my favorite classic wrestler. Then we have versus One Man Gang, Rick Rude, King Haku, Big Boss Man. We have a promo. A few promos on here. We have a match with Earthquake. We have promos on Sergeant Slaughter, Warrior. And then in London, England, you actually have a Sergeant Slaughter match. And then you do have one of the very rare house show matches with Ric Flair, which is part of the reason why it didn't happen at WrestleMania 8. Vince felt that the house show matches weren't really as well received as he wanted. Steel cage match versus Vader. That's just awesome. You have a match with Sting on Nitro. And then Bret Hart versus Hulk Hogan. So it's not just like unseen matches. Obviously, they've been aired. You know, the Nitro matches. You're just not going to get DVD releases of those. So it's kind of a mix between that and house show matches. And then we have versus Ric Flair again in 2002. You have a match with Triple H on Smackdown. And that's not unreleased. Hollywood Hogan and Edge versus Billy and Chuck. Yeah, that's not unreleased. Oh well. And then we have Hogan versus Kurt Angle on SmackDown. So, really good stuff though. So yeah, not, as you can see, not all of it's unreleased. The Billy and Chuck match. Come on, get in there. I'll fix it later. So, really cool set. My personal opinion, all three of these have something to bring to the table, which is rare. This one has great, kind of more rare matches. This one has all the classics, and this one has the story, the documentary. So, all three of these really make the perfect equation for his career, which is really nice. So, let me know what you guys thought of this series, what your favorite one is, what your least favorite is. Hope you guys enjoyed. This has been the DVD Freak. Peace out.